Okay, as citizens who are interested and care for animals, let me just tell you how you are providing a human service to those of your friends or associates who don't like dogs and want to have them all put away or whatever. First things first, let's know our law and understand that we are doing a good thing by both following the law and helping others who may not know the law from making serious mistakes or even getting into a inadvertently criminal activity. Okay, so here it is. The Supreme Court is one part of it, and the Constitution is the other. So the Constitution very specifically mandates kindness and compassion to animals and expects citizens to do everything they can to ensure that the dogs and animals are taken care of. It is really a constitutional duty to do so. So we are protected by the Constitution, first. Second, the Supreme Court, in its many orders, has very categorically stated that the only way to handle the so called stray dog issue is by neutering and vaccination. So the idea that is clearly understood is that you have overpopulation, which is addressed by neutering. You have the possibility of impact on human life and safety, which is inadvertent rabies by a bite or whatever, protected by the anti-rabies vaccination. So typically, the neutering operation also provides you an ARV, which is an anti-rabies vaccination, and all is good. The idea basically is that dogs that remain in a community, turn to the community for food. They have nowhere else to go, and therefore they are, you really can't. You're really killing them by sending them out elsewhere. It just doesn't work. So if there are 5 or 10 dogs in your locality, certainly you can look after them. But if there are 100, you can't, and it does provide a safety risk. So why does this impact us? You might ask. The longer you wait, the larger the population. If the BBMP had started getting very, very, warlike about its ABC operations, rather than wait for people like us from Citizens of Animal Birth Control to rush through and try and push on zones and get more more centers set up to be able to take care of these dog sterilization and vaccinations, it would have been so much better. Now, there are a lot of statistics which clearly show that even culling does not help. So culling and relocation is anathema as far as the courts and the Constitution is concerned. So what do we do? So the only thing that is left for a responsible citizen to do is to stand very strong and very steadfast in pushing the ABC agenda. And if you do that, you are really helping your community, you're helping dogs, and you're also making those of the community around you who do not like dogs, and one cannot blame anything that they have in mind on this. You're helping them because the dogs that are in the community are well looked after, they're neutered, they're vaccinated, everything is fine. So you're actually doing somebody a favor. So you have no choice. The issue that I would like to iterate here is it's not that we have a choice of being able to relocate dogs. It's illegal. It's not a choice that we can kill dogs. It's illegal. Kerala has done it, gone to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has whacked them around the head. So has Karnataka, for that matter. So when there is no hope as far as recourse to culling or relocating dogs is concerned, as far as the law of the land is concerned, then we have no option. So we can keep shouting and yelling we don't like dogs or we like dogs. Many of us here may not like dogs. We may be scared of street dogs. It doesn't matter. But as citizens, it behoves us to do the only thing for the safety of the humans and for the safety of the dogs, which is promote animal birth control so that the population of dogs is curtailed or is at least contained, and the dogs are vaccinated so they are safe for the human community and of course for the dog community as well. So I hope you understand how by doing this and by getting more people to join in, you are actually doing a human service for a community. You are, any which way you like it, whether you like dogs or not, you are stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? You cannot kill dogs. You cannot you can't relocate them, and at the same time that if you run the risk of being bitten or chased or having too many dogs in your vicinity, so you're really stuck. So what do? Let's assume that, as I said, you're not a dog lover. So is there an option? No, there isn't. So we, as people from CABC or communities like ours who are trying to promote, responsible community dog guardianship, are doing everyone a big favor. So in your community, let's assume you have 20 dogs. Over a period of time, because of old age or illness, you will have maybe 15 or 16. And over a period of time, since there are no more puppies, it may come down to about 12 or 10. It's doable. It's not going to be difficult for a community to do. But if those 10, because of lack of neutering and because of the feeding that we do, goes up to 25, 50 or 100, it is very, very difficult. It's impossible for any community to manage. And then you have all the grief and anger from community members around saying, how can you allow it? I mean, what people need to understand is that this is not an option for us. We're not doing it because we like animals. We're doing this because we love humans, we love communities, we are law-abiding citizens, and most important, we certainly are very, very concerned about the fate of another life, whether it is human or whether it is a dog's, and to make sure that humans and dogs live harmoniously in the same community. So please remember, before anyone gives you this whole gup of saying you dog lovers, please remind them that you're doing them a favor. You're stopping them from breaking the law. You are ensuring a more responsible, humane way of managing dog population, and you're also ensuring that the community is safe. So that's a win-win. So if you're between this rock and a hard place situation, the only option is to follow responsible ARV and ABC as per the law of the land. Anything else is criminal, illegal, and completely irresponsible as a citizen. So let's get on with it. So when all of us are having this guilt, of which, you are dog lovers, I mean, don't take that responsibility. That's a law of the land. It's nothing to do with you. Be very firm in saying that you're actually helping them from a criminal case or whatever. And many people may say, oh, the law is only 50 rupees per dog. That's rubbish. There's also a jail time if the police decide to enforce it. And I'm sure none of us would like to have a criminal case in our record, which it will. And I can tell you, as animal lovers, what we will do is, if we find this happening, we will make sure that one criminal case is made completely high visibility, so other people are ensured not to follow this ridiculous and stupid example. So coming back to this point of why ABC is so critical, why you are providing an absolutely stupendous, responsible citizen service to your community, why there is no other choice, and why it is the most responsible, humane, jointly responsible thing to do for both the dogs and for the human beings. And let me tell you that by doing this, we are prioritizing the humans first, their safety, their comfort as a community, and also the dogs. So this is not a dog activity, just in case anybody sort of catches you about that. So in summary, we've got the law on our side. The law very categorically says no culling, so no killing of dogs, and no relocation of dogs. This is absolutely illegal. So the BBMP will never indulge in this, and if they do, the particular zone will actually lose a large sum of money and will be blacklisted. Second, the only responsible alternative is to do ABC or ARV, which is why communities like us have to be smart, sensible, and completely educated about why we're doing this and what we need to do so we can do it at a great pace. More and more communities are getting involved because it's a sensible thing to do. Whitefield is doing it, Richardstown, it's certainly in Cubbon Park, in Cunningham Road, Indranagar. The communities are really very strong. So I'm sure Sadashiv Nagar will be a case in point and understand that you are really providing a community service by doing this for your community, both human and dog. And good luck, because you are making a difference.